기자부대, hop on the beat!
Welcome back to another JoJo chapter review. This time we'll be taking a look at the 5th chapter of the spin-off manga Crazy Diamond's Demonic Heartbreak, the prequel to Part 4 starring Josuke and Hol Horse. This chapter released in Ultra Jump this month alongside the new chapter of Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan, Drip Painting Style Part 1. For this chapter we've gotten a brand new colored chapter cover, just like what we got for the first chapter. I've loved the coloring style of these so much that for the past few chapter reviews I've commissioned the thumbnails to be colored in the same way. In the last chapter, Hol Horse was under attack by a group of female pastry chefs that were being controlled by the standability of the parrot pet sounds. Since Hol Horse loves women so much, he can't bring himself to shoot them with Emperor. In this chapter, we see him start to get overwhelmed with how many he has to fight, and he gets sliced across his back. Then we finally switch back to Josuke and Ryoko, who we haven't seen since the 3rd chapter. Ryoko is still in disbelief that she just slapped Josuke according to Toth's prediction. But she notices that the prediction also says that she'll kick Josuke, which she hasn't done yet. Josuke asks why she's so defensive over Noriaki, and she tells him that he's no longer alive. Josuke hears a gunshot from Emperor nearby, but Ryoko doesn't hear anything. This tells us something interesting when it comes to Ryoko. As we saw, ever since Ryoko started using Thoth, the predictions are told with her as the focus. However, this still doesn't count as her being a stand user, since she can't hear the gunshot. This also confirms to us that Ryoko doesn't have some kind of hidden or dormant stand ability that we don't know about yet. Ryoko sees one of the chefs about to stab Josuke, so she kicks him out of the way, fulfilling the prediction. More of the chefs approach Josuke, and Hol Horse warns him that they're being controlled. Josuke is able to knock them out and fix their injuries with Crazy Diamond, and plays it off to all the bystanders that the whole thing was just some kind of performance. All the chefs wake up and head back to work, and Josuke gets over the Hol Horse and heals him. Hol Horse tells Josuke that the parrot he's looking for is the stand user they're fighting, and that it was trained under the orders of Dio. A cop shows up to find out what's going on, but Ryoko acts like she hasn't seen anything. Later, Josuke starts talking to Hol Horse about how he used to think he was special for having a stand, but now that he knows even a bird can have one, it seems lame. Hol Horse points out that the problem isn't the parrot itself, but whoever's controlling it. Ever since Dio's death, the parrot wasn't using its ability at all, until it was eventually stolen by whoever has it now. Hol Horse seems to think that whoever stole the parrot is targeting him. Josuke asks why he doesn't just take the bird out, but Hol Horse doesn't want to let down the woman who asked him to find it, so he asks Josuke if he'll help track it down. He agrees and they both walk away. Meanwhile, we see Ryoko listening in to their conversation, and she's shocked to have heard that Hol Horse knows about Dio, who she heard Kakyoin talking about in the past. Just like the prediction in the book said, after she slaps and kicks Josuke, she'd find the first hint about Kakyoin. She reads further in the book, which says that if she approaches Hol Horse right away, he'll play dumb. Instead, it says that she needs to look for a fuse waiting to be lit, and after that, she can find the truth when everyone is distracted. After she decides to find the truth about Kakyoin, the chapter ends. Overall, this was yet another good chapter. It had some more great interactions between our 3 main characters, and it firmly establishes everyone's goals so far. Hol Horse and Josuke are trying to stop the parrot, while Ryoko will keep following the predictions of the book to find the truth about her cousin. According to the end of this chapter, the manga will be on hiatus next month. We've also learned that the series will receive its first volume on June 17th, 2022. Since there won't be a chapter in May, and this releases before the 6th chapter would come out in June, this volume will most likely contain all 5 chapters we've seen so far. This could give us an idea of how many chapters we'll actually end up getting. Since they're already releasing a volume with 5 of them, I think we can be confident in saying that the story will go on for at least 5 more chapters, and maybe even more volumes beyond that. If I had to guess, I'd say the story would be about 3 volumes long, or 14 to 15 chapters. We also could start thinking about if this will eventually get an English release. Since we're actually getting official English versions of the 2 Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan volumes, I think it's very likely we could see this as well. Although unless they end up changing the name of the story, it could be somewhat annoying to have Crazy Diamond's localized name in there. However, if it does come out here, just for the sake of collecting, I would definitely support the release. Although we won't be seeing Demonic Heartbreak next month, we will still be getting yet another Thus Spoke Kishibe Rohan chapter. The one from this month is just the first half of a 2-part story. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the second half come in May. If you want to get up to date on the first half, you can check out the review I made of it just before this one. Even without any news of Part 9, and the long wait for the Stone Ocean anime's continuation, we're still getting a ton of JoJo content lately. So I'm really grateful for Demonic Heartbreak, since not only is it keeping us satisfied until more is revealed, I also think it's a really strong spin-off in its own right. Keep up with the channel for any other chapter reviews I'll be making in the future. If you want to be updated on new videos or leave suggestions, join the Hum and Beat Discord using the link in the description. To receive rewards like Discord perks and some uncut videos, you can support the channel on Patreon. And finally, for future videos, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. This is the part of the video where I thank my $5 and up patrons. Thank you to Tony, the Owl God, Keo, Alex Ramirez, Doorbell, Monkman, Ashton Joseph Miller, Crayon, Jesper Jansen, Rigo Vids, Zukato, Shane Giger, Sentai, Pumpkin Doge, Marrow, Bailey Smile, Ali, Almighty Quarth, Oof, PBASVG, Cowrie, Jojo Agogo, and Tucker Gold.